Hi, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general reading for October 2020. I have already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph. We're going to get directly into the reading. I am using the Before Tarot. I will be clarifying with Levita Sabila. And of course, we will be pulling a Golden Nostradamus Oracle card. Oh, I hate when that happens. So, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. That's about the best I can do today. Seven of Cups. And this is an interesting depiction of the Seven of Cups because the person has their own eyes covered with their back to the cups. Okay? And that to me implies not wanting to make a choice whatsoever. Normally, that card is you have many choices to choose from, and you don't know what choice to make. But that if you concentrate and focus, that you can figure out the most important thing out of those choices, and then everything else will kind of fall into place. Three of Pentacles. Definitely some kind of choice or decision. I don't know what this is. Queen of Cups. And this is, to me, the idea that you are, at the moment, really kind of immersed in your own emotions. Ace of Cups. The Temperance card. Wow. The Three of Wands. So now I have two threes, which can sometimes speak to a small but pleasant surprise, but also two threes can speak to excessive flirting and cheating. The Lovers. Well, well, well. The Strength card. And the Two of Pentacles. Well, I have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas, 1, 2, 3 cups, 2 pentacles, and a wand. That's interesting. Okay. There's only one court card here, so I'm not exactly sure. I do stand by the idea that you are immersed in your emotions. You are, in effect, I think, at the moment, or at least what should be front and center, is the idea of moderating your emotions. Yes, feel them. Yes, explore them, but do not become beholden to them. Eight of Wands. I don't know if this has happened suddenly or if this is going to be coming up, in which case it's some kind of message or news that's going to be coming in. You know, I just get the sense, Virgo, that you feel as though you really don't have time for whatever this thing is. I never get that from the Seven of Cups, but that there it is. It's like you just don't have time for it, so you're not not that you're not interested, you're just, I feel as though you feel you don't necessarily have time for whatever this situation is. But I can say it ends with a choice and a decision about what to do. These two things that are coming up for you, okay? Are you going to be able to juggle them and keep everything in play? Will you throw it up in the air and completely lose control of it? I still say that you will be at sea about this. There's the news. We see the news arriving and someone reading it. Yeah. I also get the sense that whatever this thing is, not only do you feel like you don't have time, but you weren't necessarily prepared for it either. It kind of catches you unawares. Okay? See, you're there, you are reclining and lying down. Yes. Come in. Yeah, go ahead. Well, no, yeah, go ahead and do it all. Once you cut it down, it'll be okay. We're making dinner right now, so she's she's trying to. Now, this lover's card is also interesting because the lover's card really can be about those two people, that soulmate, but it's also about the masculine and the feminine, um, the balance between the two. And I get the sense that I don't know if someone's going to be overcome or overwhelmed with their emotions or will be, I don't know, rather forceful about it. I, all bark and no bite kind of comes, is kind of what I'm hearing, but that's really not what they mean. I think they're giving me that, my guides are giving me that reference for something else. Maybe that'll come about as I go through the cards. So the very first thing that I want to do, I have one, two, three, four pip cards, maybe even a fifth one that I can look at as they relate to the temperance, the lovers, and the strength card. Okay. So we will start with this seven of cups. I just I just get the sense like you've had lots of choices and lots of options, but you're just like, I don't have time for that right now. I really don't know why that keeps coming across that strongly. It actually is kind of funny because um, it made me laugh when I heard my guide say that to me. But I mean, Virgos are kind of like that. I know because I am. You're like, man, I don't have time for that right now. But let's just see what we can come up with, okay? What am I looking at? Seven of Cups to start? Yes. The Seven of Cups with the lovers. There it is. It is a message to take someone into consideration when making choices and decisions, as there are imminent changes coming into your life. So be thoughtful of others' wants and needs during this transition. There is room enough on your path for two. It indicates that your life's path is broad enough for two. I don't know if somebody's coming, but of course, if they're coming underneath the Mercury retrograde, I have to caution you that the person may not stick around. Still doesn't mean that um, there isn't some grand lesson or great thing that you can take away from this, you know? Okay, Three of Pentacles. Something that you can learn about yourself, even. The Three of Pentacles, which is interesting because I go from three to two. So there's a offer or the doing of something somewhere contained within this. The Three of Pentacles. Nothing about the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Ace of Cups. Let me go back to this ace because sometimes it will tell me when it is next to the lovers. Tells a positive. Ace of Cups next to the lovers. Tells of positive improvements in regards to family relationships and issues of the past will be resolved. You see, this implies that maybe there were some plans being made or laid and you went somewhere and talked and somebody like you kind of drew it out on paper. But what's interesting about this card is the person who's doing the drawing. And let me show you what I mean. Normally, those three figures are in a different position. Normally, what you see is this guy, the workman, standing on a bench with his tools, and these two people standing down with their plans. But in this card, this is supposed to be a nun, I think. But this person is now drawing out the plans. The workman is watching, as well as this person's partner. Let me show you what I mean. So one of the figures has traded places, and instead of the actual stone or support being built, these are the plans. And if you're true to form, being a Virgo, these are some plans that you already got, you already made. Okay. That's interesting. Let's see if the Three of Wands can tell us anything. Being next to, where are my wands? They are right here. The Four of Wands. Nothing about the four. I'm sorry, that should be the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. Next to the Strength card. It is a message of encouragement, as eventually you will benefit from all of your past efforts. Keep going, as you will reap better than expected rewards. Curiouser and curiouser. Two of Pentacles. Wow. The Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles says, let's see here. It doesn't tell me. It tells me being next to the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Wands, but it doesn't give me a meaning of being next to the Ace of Cups. So let me go back and see if I can cross-reference to see if maybe there's something it can tell me about the Ace of Cups. It tells me nothing. Isn't that funny? So let me I want to take a look at what these plans are. What's so funny to me about this Two of Pentacles is, to me, the motion is literally he is throwing these things up in the air. The card has the scene is suspended. So we don't know if they're going to be falling down. Well, I guess in a way we could say that they are, because we know in the other card that the person is juggling these two things. But to me, this is literally and now he's off kilter. See, he's standing on one foot. But here you're flat-footed. You are, and I don't know if these things are flying out of the air and you're catching them, but for some reason when I see this card, the energy of the card is that you've thrown them up in the air. These two choices, these two things. You've literally thrown them in the air. Let me look at this Three of Pentacles. I just find it intriguing that the figures have traded places. The threes are two things coming together to make a third thing. So a decision was already made to move forward on something. And this to me says you are showing somebody what it is that you want. You're drawing it out. You literally put pen to paper. The dispiacere, the Yardro, and the Costanza. Those are three horrible cards. Well, the two horrible cards. Because the dispiacere is saying that some news comes that is completely unexpected. Maybe this is something that you didn't want to deal with. Yeah. And under this Mercury retrograde as we go forward, it finally just comes. You got to figure out what to do. You got to make a plan. Because here's the Yardro. That's the thief. It's not implying to me that there's anybody who's saying or saying that someone has stolen something from you. So what does this mean, really? Because I'm perplexed now. He is the 9 of... No, he's not the 9. He is the 10 of coins. Hmm. It can refer to, on a spiritual level, practices that steal something from the soul. It is connected with the idea of spiritual deprivation. It can refer to demeaning situations, immoral practices, or being forced to do something under duress. But it also indicates someone who has lost their faith due to the occurrence of an unpleasant event or the actions of an unpleasant person that has caused their loss. To me, this is what it's speaking about. That's why you feel as though you don't have time for this, because you've already gone through something that may have been extremely painful, and you're not willing to make those particular choices again. You're not willing to put yourself out there to experience that again. But here's the Costanza. And the Costanza is the perseverance. And I think what this card is telling me is that you have been working really hard at not placing yourself in that situation again. Okay? You maybe sometime before you had made plans to build something with someone. And for whatever reason, maybe timing, maybe the person wasn't ready, a lack of affinity, whatever the case may be, right? That opportunity to build something, your best laid plans, were taken away from you. Yes? The Costanza. And you've been sticking to that for quite some time. That is the 10 of Cups. Almost as if the cards are saying somebody has kind of stolen away your belief in, I don't know, a successful relationship, a good relationship, true love. I'm not exactly sure. But it is the card of earned success. And it says that nothing will be handed out freely. You will earn your success through your own efforts. It heralds success and a life full of support, harmony, and affection from those we love. In love, this is in a romantic relationship. It also can indicate a large family. Now, it says that if surrounded by negative cards, it gives little hope of success due to adverse forces working against you. But usually it simply just means that situations have been going on for a long time and they have not changed or been resolved. It indicates a long period of waiting or delay. Okay? But it also describes a person who is able to persevere in the face of adversity to achieve his or her end results. There's your plan. All right? In other words, you just maybe you went back to your plan and you stuck to it. Okay? Whatever that plan was. And, the idea that these two guys are just kind of standing in the background watching you do your shit lets me know that you went on and did it. That's kind of funny. Let me see what the... And if I take that line straight down and you were able to moderate your emotions and face down those demons or whatever that beast. Let's take a look at what this and then I'm going to read to you the meanings of these cards because it's quite the story. I want to take a look at this Two of Pentacles. What is it, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, that you are throwing in the air, and why? Donna de servizio. Conversazione. Oh. And the desperate jealousy. Well, that's an interesting card. And I don't know if this is saying that maybe you get an opportunity to speak with someone or meet with someone face to face, but I think the idea of old things still not being resolved. But this is an outgoing energy. And I think the reason why I keep seeing this being thrown in the air is that you get the opportunity to choose one or the other, and you just decide, there's a third choice too. There always is, right? If the other two choices aren't that great, you can just do a third thing. Just kind of just toss that out, just toss it up in the air. So let me read to you the meanings of these cards, because as I say, they're very interesting. The Seven of Cups says, the name of the card is Be Careful What You Wish For. The universe wants to make your dreams come true. Ask for the life you truly want, but be specific. Here it is. That's you saying, this is exactly what I want. Okay? And I think you were quite open and emotionally honest about that, because the opportunity was here. But I don't think somebody else was either ready or willing or able, whatever the case may be. The Three of Pentacles. I don't know if this is a redo or at least an opportunity to put this really in the past. I'm just not sure. The card says, great minds think alike. Share your creative vision with a team of equally skilled collaborators. Well, I think you did that, but perhaps your gifts and your skills were not appreciated for what they were. All right? We understand the Queen of Cups. In this particular instance, this is speaking to me of your emotions, accepting what those emotions are, right? The Dolphin is bringing you your cup. So now you have really grown into those emotions and you've accepted them. The Ace of Cups. Wonders never cease. Let your blessings flow out into the world around you. They are meant to be shared. This could be that karmic kind of a thing where, you're finally going to get an opportunity. I don't know, because it's this card. It is this desperate jealousy. Because we see that everything is going well. She comes in to help you have these conversations, this meeting to face up. But we see that perhaps someone is not willing to let something go. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's the other person that you're dealing with. I'm going to read into that. Hold on. The Ace of Cups, I just read the Temperance card. Explore the extremes and outer fringes and then find the middle ground. You can travel far and travel wide, even if you never leave home. This is about travel in the mind. All right. Sometimes fantasizing and daydreams are really well worth it. It allows you to travel in your mind to see things that may not be possible, but you have to moderate it and keep it moderated such that you don't allow your fantasies and your dreams to interfere with real life, the reality of the situation. Three of Wands. Let's see here. A bird's eye view. You are highly visible and your success is plain to see. You're about to receive a reply to a question you've asked or a message you sent. Hmm. Isn't that interesting? The Lovers. Now, this is an interesting interpretation. The card says you had me at hello. Do not lose your footing even when a soulmate sweeps you off your feet. That's funny. Oh my God. Okay. The Strength card, Beauty and the Beast. You have the heart of a lion and your courage is unmatched. And that could be something that someone appreciates about you. Two of Pentacles. The name of the card is To Infinity and Beyond. Oh my God, it's Buzz Lightyear. Life is a juggling act. And to be a good juggler, you need to practice. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is you come to some kind of agreement, but you're not willing to give up whatever it is that you've been doing since this time has passed between the last time you saw this person. I don't know if this is somebody who's coming back. I really can't say. There's the Page of Cups. I just get the sense that there's that same fish again, but this time he's landing in your cup. This weird ass salamander. I just don't get that salamander. And these wands, they are freaking me out. Not in a bad way, but it's just something about the position and the way in which, because the old Eight of Wands, let me show you, or the regular Eight of Wands, you know, that salamander, I don't know if the salamander is speaking to, it's a creature of fire, but it runs hot and it runs cold. Yeah? Here we are. See the difference? The wands are going at a completely different angle. They're angled up and they're actually aimed at something. Whereas these are simply coming across flying through the air. We don't know where they came from. We don't know what they're aimed at. We don't know where they're going to land. Whereas these are literally, I don't know if it's a barrier where it's trying to keep this salamander from, I don't know. Let's just see. What is this message? It says you're about to be inundated with messages. And then I'm going to read to you this desperate jealousy. I don't know. Like maybe you offer to help. You get together and you help comes by way of a conversation. But then here's this desperate jealousy. And maybe it's saying that the person that you're going to get to have a conversation with, they themselves may be struggling with something. Yeah? Could be. Belvedere. Vecchia Signora. Ha, prigione. Isn't that something? Okay, so let me take a look here to see if in one of these interpretations I can tell you what this desperate jealousy is all about. He's just very odd to show up the way that he did. But I can also say that it's an outgoing card. It's consumed with jealousy. When delineating somebody's outlook, it describes someone who has given up and doesn't want to fight anymore. It represents someone who feels that they have nothing to live for. It represents depression, dejection, apathy, anguish, and a lack of enthusiasm for the future. That just I let me look at these three cards. I'm sorry, I wish I could try to tell you why he has shown up the way that he has next to the conversation card. I don't know. This heralds the arrival of news. We see it. An opportunity, news, or someone in a very short period of time. The telescope in the depiction is the wrong way to describe metaphorically that this woman, the telescope, the wrong way around, is used to describe metaphorically that the woman is not merely observing something from afar, but that something is coming towards her. Whoever or whatever is going to arrive will be indicated by the card that follows. Again, it's a situation that hasn't changed. I don't know why that is. Now, on its own, in a reading about love, this card can signify the return of a partner or a loved one. But on a much broader level, it simply indicates that something has not fully taken shape and that the future has not yet been defined. It is the unavoidable arrival of something or someone. Now, emotionally, it may indicate anxiety, trepidation, or impatience, and all emotions associated with the uncertainty of waiting for something or someone to arrive. But on a positive note, it indicates the arrival of good surprises, as the card is connected to long distances and faraway places and locations abroad. This is the Mercury and Sagittarius card, news from afar. The Vecchia Signora, she's the Two of Spades. She has presented herself as a situation, and basically, as a situation, it represents life experience, good advice, tradition, conservative views, and a harmonious family environment. Someone who is able to give very sound advice and has a good grasp or good perspective on the situation. It represents the end of a phase, a waning of some kind in situations that are about to terminate and or decline, and something that is losing its hold on you. It is also a travel card. So again, it foretells of traveling to see, someone. It can indicate someone who is wiser than their years. It indicates nostalgia and attachment to the past and the way things used to be. In love, it indicates someone who is attached to family, to traditional views, and the love of one's extended family. It can also indicate a deep love, not based on shallow motives or physical appearance, but based on common interest and a true soul connection. It indicates a lover from a past life and or a soulmate who has not been moving. The person has been stuck, and they have been unable to help themselves. Well, Virgo, someone is making a return. Now, don't ask me who this is because I don't know. the prigione. It highlights a condition of helplessness. It can also represent victims, and it shows a great stumbling block together with impotence in the face of one's destiny. It indicates a situation of deprivation and isolation and a lack of support. It is a place that can represent some place that we find unpleasant, like going to visit hospitals and stuff, and sometimes feeling imprisoned within their own family circumstances or trapped in a relationship. In love, it represents someone who is closed hearted and does not know how to truly love. It also represents someone who is single due to a heavy character flaw or a physical handicap. The deeper meaning is that someone will have to develop the tools to free themselves from this condition of slavery and subjugation. The depiction of the unbarred window in the background is a window of opportunity. Then there are the three steps. These are the steps that have to be taken to solve the situation or the necessary actions. There's also a banner which offers support after the first efforts have been made, and a vase indicating receiving wisdom and the lesson learned. And eventually there is a way out which cannot yet be seen in this card. Well, I get the sense that you will get the opportunity. Oh, I said I wanted to look at the conversation. It's just such an odd card to have. I don't know if it basically conversations, interviews, oral examinations, invites, anything where that implies being gathered around a table, lunch, dinner, an invitation. Okay, in friendship, it represents good times ahead, harmony, and meeting new friends. Family context, reunions and reconciliations, and family events. The other neutral meaning of this card refers to family, extended family, or a group of people who spend a lot of time together. That's it. It doesn't say anything else. But I think this is the idea that somebody's going to be feeling sorry for themselves. And maybe this is your choice. You're going to have to determine whether or not you want to engage or whether or not you want to, I don't know, pass this by. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Took a while to get there, but I got it. So, formulate one question for the Golden Nostradamus. You know, this whole idea that I just get the sense that the person has been watching you, or at least is aware of what you've been doing, has been, maybe for a while they haven't, but now all of a sudden there's a new, renewed interest. I just get that feeling. And they've been marveling at the fact that you've been able to just kind of, I don't know, not have been stagnant. Crap, it's the book. Typically when the book comes out, there's like secrets. There's nothing else to be said. So let's see what the book says. As long as the fool remains silent, people may think he has half a brain. Ask advice of someone who knows more than you, experts or people you know who love you. This is a roadmap and personal advice provided from someone we should seek out. Somebody's coming to seek you out, Virgo. Whether this is for a professional thing, I think it has a lot of possibilities. That's what I have for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for October. That's really interesting. I hope those messages helped. And until next time, Stay safe and namaste. Okay, I'll be seeing y'all much later.